All right, let's go. What did I miss? Ray subscribed. Tempest Edax subscribed. Thanks, boys. Boys. I quickly made some rice and peas. I got to here, just outside of the Junon Cannon the other day, and I've forgotten everything about what I wanted to do, but I don't think I can go back, so I just have to progress today. And so thusly I shall. Oh, I feel exhausted after that other stream. It's weird how, like, you'd think that really I don't have to do anything. I could just sit back and let that stream run itself, and yet I am utterly, completely exhausted. I feel like I did a fucking full day on the old, on the work site. Oh, that's a different colour, that job, or is it just the sun effect? Good night, Lux. Day, Lux. Everyone say goodbye to Lux. This is me and Lux. This is Lux when she goes to bed. Little pat on the head for a hard day's work as a mod. I think Lux would be more than happy with that. She's one of those anime like maids that if I patted her on the head she'd be like,
this is all I wish for. Master pats me on the head.
You know, what's the anime with Ray in it with blue hair? It's in his Zekai. It's very pirate.
Allow me.
Song. Avoid kilotherms that live near the coast. They're extremely timid in nature, will heat up their throats and dorsal fins to ward off any perceived threats. Oh, it's these things that look like they're underground in the original.
You're mine. Enough, is that it? I smell fiends.
Rare Tonadu variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. During this time of year, Tonadus migrate to the Junon region to seek out mates. They build their nests far from civilization and raise their young in pairs. In terms of duties, it often falls to the males to search for food. Unfortunately, when food is scarce, they may occasionally venture into towns and cities where they have been known to attack humans. As Shinra's activities continue to disrupt the ecosystem, such attacks will only grow more frequent. On that note, please take care not to become a snack during your investigation.
Okay.
Analyzes biological data.
Come on.
There!
With me. Split.
Bingo!
Now. I got your number.
Inflicting enough damage will cause it to retaliate with a violent attack, but evading this attack with pressure around.
Gotcha. You're up. Keep with me.
Heal up while you can!
I won't give up. All good. Disappointing. Gotta be careful. Gotcha. Yeah. Still in it. Gotta be. Ready?
Just take a deep breath. You can do it. That's it.
Just getting started.
Gotta focus or it's over.
Yeah.
Come at me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Hang in there.
I can't. I won't. Let's do this right.
Not enough.
Get down.
This.
I'm not going out like this.
To the limit and beyond. You're just warming up.
Time to turn the tide.
Wow.
I'll make it
What a
quick.
fight.
Nowhere to rush. I never. Nowhere to rush.
Are you okay?
This bodes ill.
And what if we summon the mod? One defeat.
A legend made manifest. Return to the planet so soon.
Please let me keep the ticks that I already have.
My sensors indicate the presence of a unique life form.
You ready?
Rare Tonadu variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. During this time of year, Tonadus migrate to the Junon region to seek out mates. They build their nests far from civilization and raise their young in pairs. In terms of duties, it often falls to the males to search for food. Unfortunately, disrupt the ecosystem. Such attacks will only grow more frequent. On that note, please take care not to become a snack during your investigation.
Not throwing in
Just
the
take a deep
towel.
breath. You can do it.
Gonna pull back.
Let's do this.
Is that it? Still here.
Gotcha. You're done. Finish it. You're mine now. Don't let up now.
Time to end this. Get the hell, okay?
Watch this.
See ya.
Battle objectives completed. I knew you had it in you.
It was rough.
Way to go.
What's the move that sounds like a blaster? I have no idea. A Star Wars blaster.
Another Remna wave tower. Let's do this. Sloppy. Allow me. Be at peace. Let's finish this. Come on. Calling wind. It's on now. Leave. Enough.
Just your phone. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been that bird though that was doing it. Which means you'll never hear it again. When he did absolutely nothing.
I've confirmed proto-relic energy signals in your vicinity. Would you mind investigating? Is this place like a building site?
They're trying to expand Junon down here and just gave up. Fucking shit, pirate ship. That's why there's pirate music. There's a bloody pirate ship. Jesus Christ. Fuck is this? Blown away, there isn't some sort of fight here. It's a quarry. The quarry in the quarry, perhaps.
Here we go.
Bingo! Bring it!
You're up.
Come on!
Too bad. Shit. Let's do this. No holding back. Come on. Now. All good.
We're not going out like this.
I have your back.
This fight's not over yet. There!
Do it! Won't last long. Let's go. Whatever. I won't give up. It's over. Going in. Still in it. Now.
Don't think you'll walk away from this!
You're up.
Not throwing in the towel.
Disappointing. Gotcha. No wonder we
God
won.
damn. They were rough. Yeah. Dang. Don't really want to teleport to the resting zone and then also different colours as well. Where'd it go? Did it go into the ship? Oh my god, I can just swim out into the fucking ocean. Holy shit. What the fuck?
Look, another life spring. Oh, here we go. The rise and fall of the Republic of Junon. The people of Junon were once largely seafarers who only returned to the shore to peddle the bounty of the ocean. Unlike other communities that settled in a single location, and gradually expanded their territory, these sailors preferred the freedom of the open sea and over time banded together like-minded souls to form a unique society. As a republic, they repurposed a flotilla of large vessels to construct a floating city that would serve as the center of their trade network. Having forged a robust infrastructure, they then set their sights on uniting the disparate peoples of the world. Though Junon ushered in an era of economic and cultural prosperity, it was not to last. Shinra's revolutionary Mako technology but paid to their ambitions, and their once proud city now slumbers beneath the waves. Oh my god, there's a city under the water somewhere out there? That's a cool little bit of lore. Revelation. I like that they, I assume, have expanded on the Junon, Republic of Junon stuff. I've never really gone out of my way to look into anything like that about the Final Fantasy VII setting, so I'm not sure whether this was a sort of thing that existed previously in one way or another, or if they've completely made it up. But it feels brand new to me. I like it. When did the big fucking Junon cannon situation happen and why? They built that to fight the ship. Oh no, that's a lifespan. Tower. Oh, it's up there. Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy. Feels like I can run across this thing. The submarine type stuff in the original would be cool to explore something Junon. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking as well, because you can go down and search the I want to say it's called the Galinka, the ship that crashes, and you go and search a sunken ship, right? But I wonder if in this they'll expand that and you'll be able to actually go and find this old Junon. Gives you a lot more food for thought for the submarine exploration part of the game. It comes later on. In the original, you have to get in a submarine to go and search for the key to the City of the Ancients, or whatever it's called. To go and find it. But there isn't a lot under the water, is there? There's a couple of locations, but that's about it. There's a big fucking thing called Emerald Weapon where I can't speak. I'm too exhausted. Today's wiped me out. In fact, the last few days have wiped me out because the streams have been fun and crazy, but the mental tax of finances has completely drained any last hope I had of having energy this week. But yeah, yeah, expanding that and having like a full-on like city or something. I don't really know how you do it though, considering can't breathe underwater. It's not Final Fantasy X, you know. Why is Red swimming like a dolphin? Doesn't he doggy paddle? The dog. Right. I've finished eating. Me finish eat, me only play. Swim out. Looks like a functioning boat. Let's take that. Written in fucking English. Some of the writing is like, it looks like, I don't know, like Hebrew or something, right? Final Fantasy 7 writing that you've seen. Sephiroth's book that he was reading and shit. And some of it is just in English. PS5. Reality in the palm of my hand. Oh, it's freaking me out being sideways. If I have any inverted controls thing, I'm bloody something. I found a menu at a shop later in the game and it has corn juice on it.
Gil, I'll take it. Oh my god. No one knows this is here? Really? Two high potions? Look at all this. Pick up some of these gigantic gold bars. The size of his fucking chest. There's a condor. Or a pelican or something. Don't know what the fuck that is that's mounted on the wall. The animal. Knight's armor. Another fucking thing. That looks like a pelican, but I wonder if it's supposed to be the condor. Let's see if that photo gave away whose stash this is. There's going to be a side quest, isn't there, where someone sends me... What's that? Chocobo? Oh. Don't have a chocobo in this region. Come on, let's see. Okay. I tempt me. I'm gonna have to swim all the way back over here, aren't I? Someone's gonna give me a quest. Yeah, I think that I left something in my stash. Maybe you could go and fetch it for me? Oh, I just went all the way over there. Hey, do you mind going? Actually, I've unlocked the box over there. Box up there. It makes a major speed for doing breaststroke. Good form, but out of sync. His arms are out of sync with his legs. Basically, be a professional swimmer, you know that? That is one of those weird little facts about me that I think most people don't know or don't believe, but it's absolutely true. I was a kid. I was an under-13s champion. Like gold medals, silver medals and shit. I was on the Olympic track. My dad used to make me go swimming every day at 6 in the morning. But finally, I have the sports son I always wanted. I'm gonna make him hate this shit. I left my giant gold bars in my stash. Would you mind getting them for me? What? Yeah. I've got, I swam for London, I swam for Kent, and I swam for England twice, I think. Under 13, backstroke, sprinter. I did a few medleys as well, which were pretty rough because a medley is usually, there's different ways that they do them, but a medley is like 4 people with, you know, 1 or 2. I would never do more than 2 lengths because I was a sprinter, so I didn't do any long stuff. But there would be different types of races that I'd be a part of, and sometimes. So one of the things I was entered in a few times for was 2 people do 4 lengths of 4 different styles. So the 2 of us had to split up the 4 different styles of freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, and butterfly. So my backup was butterfly. I wasn't very good at it. I mean, I was good at it. I was good at all of them, you know, above average at all swimming. But for competition level, I wasn't very good at it. But yeah, I had to do quite a few that would be like me and another kid. He would do breaststroke and front crawl, and I would do butterfly and backstroke. I did a lot of medleys like that.
because we had a breaststroke champion as well. He was a better breaststroke swimmer than I was a backstroke swimmer, and I was really fucking good. For a little kid, you know. Definitely could have gone professional with it and become... I was in the Olympic class. So there are certain... So you just do a swim... You go to any old swimming class in your hometown or whatever, and slowly you work up the ranks until eventually they put you into specific classes that are designed for like certain things. So yeah, I ended up in a backstroke class that was like, it's like a pre-Olympic thing. They basically they train you with like proper training instructors, and they're getting you ready to fully apply to be an Olympic swimmer because you're a kid, right? So that's the level I was at. So it wasn't like I didn't swim in the Olympics or anything like that, but I was on the Olympic track, ready like on the way up to that level. And from my understanding and my memory of it, which is pretty weak, but I sort of remember it, and you know, my mum remembers it really clearly. I was like epically better. Like I had some of the most crazy scores for my age. But I had no form at all. I was like really chaotic. So it was just like the most chaotic. Like I was just the amount of like insanity that I would create while swimming. It was just like a fucking magic carp flopping around, going absolutely insane. Yeah, it's weird to think. But yeah, by the time I got to year 8 in school, which is the second year of high school, I was out. I didn't want to do it anymore. My dad ruined it, basically. I sort of enjoyed swimming, and you know, it was nice being good at something, and you know, you want to. As a kid, you're just sort of told to do that kind of thing, and you just do it. You know what I mean? You're not as bothered about stuff like that. When you're an adult, you're like, oh, I'm not going swimming tonight. I'm not joining a fucking kickboxing class. You don't want to do any of that shit. But as a kid, you sort of just do it, right? Someone's just like, you're going to do an art class tomorrow, and you're like, okay, I'm going to do that art class tomorrow. But my dad was a complete maniac. I mean, most of you know through around my streams and stuff. My dad was pretty awful, yeah, he sort of like he would like force me to go swimming twice a day, like 6 days a week, and I did it for fun, but he wanted me to do it. Like he had a sports son finally, you know. Before that, I was just this little shitty sort of like camp 10-year-old that didn't really live up to his expectations. And then he had a fucking Olympic medal winning, you know, gold. Got a couple of trophies, a couple of medals. Swimming, you would also get these like, just had endless amounts of them. They're like little. You sort of sew them onto stuff. They're like little ribbons, you know, those kinds of things. Not the ones that you'd like. I did get the ones that were like the classic ribbon that would be like a circle with like a bow around it. But I mean, like they were like these little things that were just like, I don't know how to describe what they are. They're like, yeah, I don't know. If you know what it is, you know what it is. Otherwise, I don't know how to explain it. Just these little things. But yeah, he went insane because he was like, oh my god, my son is going to be a professional sportsman. This is the fucking greatest day of my life. And he just started like fucking going nuts, like dragging me to swimming every day. And for a while I was like into it because I was like, oh my god, my dad actually wants to know me. You know, he'd never really, I basically didn't have a dad apart from when I was swimming well. And then he was suddenly in my life. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's go. And he would drive me to all these different galas all over England. Take me to all these training sessions and things. But then he just started going like, he was just drilling, you know, like he was just like a fucking, like one of those angry football coaches in the NFL. And it just made my life miserable. And I went to secondary school and I had actual like homework and stuff to do. Like when I went to high school, I suddenly had all this like homework and shit, and I became really stressed out because I just couldn't. It was like a work-life balance, and my life was like really stressful and horrible because between the ages of like 12 and 14, my dad became extremely volatile and extremely abusive. Really, he was sort of suddenly much more aggressive and violent towards me and my mother. So yeah, everything I just became the most stressed out little fucking paranoid crazy teenager, you know, preteen, and I went nuts and just couldn't do it anymore. And I remember having to tell my dad. I remember telling my mum, I went into the kitchen and was like, Mum, I don't want to do swimming anymore. I don't know how to fucking tell him because he's going to kill me. And she was like, I remember her sort of being like, no, it'll be fine, we'll just tell him. But I could see the absolute dread in her eyes. Having to tell this man that I don't want to do this thing anymore. And we built up this courage, the two of me and my mum just standing there, like, built up a load of courage to go and tell him. Which is insane, right? It's insane to think about now that I'm older. We had to sit there and like drum up the courage to tell my dad I just didn't want to do some fucking stupid swimming anymore. And I told him, and basically, that was the end of my relationship with him. It's extremely traumatic, really. He basically didn't speak to me ever again. I would have been I think I would have been 13. And pretty much that was it. That was the end of my relationship.
I smoke fiends.
Rare Zemzalet variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. Zemzalets are known as the sages of the skies, not only because of their intelligence, but also their remarkable feathers that make them both elegant and lethal. These feathers have been prized by all manner of craftsmen since antiquity for their beauty and resilience. Arrows fashioned from them are particularly valuable. They're said to slice through the air so quickly, they're capable of piercing even solid stone. Oh, but take care not to be so entranced by their abilities that you lose focus. I believe it!
Inflicting enough damage while it's causing a soothing breeze will pressure it. Okay, that changes everything. It's weak to ice.
Let's go! Now! Shit!
Fucking death charges on it. A grenade.
Focus.
Yeah, but like I kind of went off track there with it's this weird thing, yeah, where I have I don't have any ice-based bullshit to do, but they can never take the right. Stop fucking on
Here we go.
Oh, I hate this.
Heal up while you can!
Gotta be careful. Not enough? Let's do this. Let's go.
Come on!
You're mine.
Keep it up!
Brace yourself. I won't give up.
Bingo!
With me. How did... Let's go.
Someone! Anyone! We need help!
Not looking good. Sorry. Now, this!
Tifa, I'm in!
Are you okay?
Right. Let's finish this. Time to get serious.
There! Come on! Beat them!
Brace yourself. Come on.
Though it was quite the victory, you were unable to complete all the objectives. Might you try again?
I wonder if that's easier with Barret. I don't live near the water at all, so I never learned how to swim. I learned how to swim before I could crawl as a baby. They threw me in the water when I was like 9 months old or something, apparently, just to see what would happen. And apparently I just like really took to it. So it became a thing that my parents were like, well, I guess he likes swimming, you know. Just take him swimming, I suppose. And I did like it. I actually really enjoyed swimming when I was younger. It was great. It was a lot of fun. What was super interesting about my swimming instructor is that he was in a wheelchair. Hardcore professional swimmer, this guy. But I remember the first day he came out, and this was when I joined the crazy good class. And I went in there, and this guy wheeled himself out, and we were all like, what? I can't remember his name, but he was, he was like a fucking professional swimmer for like all of his life. He didn't have the use of his leg, and he competed at like crazy levels. Unbelievable. He was legendary as well. I remember him being really nice. An anime character, for real, yeah. Incredibly good teacher, though, you know. I mean, you don't need to be able to lead by example with swimming, so... Takes a little cortisol out of your body when you drink it. I don't know if that's true, probably not, but don't tell me. I need it. I need to believe that it does. So yeah, weird little fact about me. I used to be a swimmer. A crazy,
I have you. I got your note. Best do it right.
Come on!
Get ready, you're mine. Was never in doubt.
Backstory unlocked. Yeah, I've told that before, though. I guess you just haven't been around for it. I've been chugging it, so that's good news. Green tea, yeah. Yeah, I looked up some stuff like the other day, and you know, it probably was. It wasn't like I looked up a fucking scientific document or anything, but I just looked up, like, I did a Google search of like foods and drinks that might reduce cortisol, because my cortisol levels are so high when I fall asleep that I wake up with just such massive fucking existential dread. The one I just did. That I was like, I can't fucking deal with it, so I just looked up what does dark chocolate. Yeah, I read that one, but also I don't eat sugar. Spikes my anxiety worse than anything else. So I get really bad anxiety spikes with sugar, too much sugar. So it's like, you know, all it's gonna do is spawn more cortisol in than it can deal with. You saw that TikTok too? No, I didn't see a TikTok. Is that a thing?
All right.
I've been seeing a lot. TikTok kind of like spazzing me out as well. TikTok has that fucking incredible ability to.
I've got to do something.
Fuck me.
There!
TikTok has the incredible ability to just have like, bring up whatever thing you're stressing about will appear in your feed.
I've failed.
Some honest guy said green tea would help with low cortisol levels. Okay, well then it's probably true. So yeah, I've been drinking it. I drink one of them every now and then. Alright, I really need to go somewhere and heal. This is absolutely mental.
I spy a Remnawave tower.
Oh, hi Maya. And Maya types. Playing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, so if you don't want to see anything about this game, or you don't want any spoilers, then run away, hit follow and run away, because I do play Wild RP on here as well. Predominantly this channel is just to play Wild RP on and stream it, but if you want to stick around, then I'm at this point here where I've just come through, I think this is chapter 4. Just come through to the area where the Junon town fortress is, and I'm just running around the open world part here and getting my fucking ass handed to me by some of these creatures. I guess I have to go here and rest, right? Oh, I can't fast travel? Oh, that's fucking brutal. Oh, actually, am I going to be at full health for through oh no. Alright.
Now we're really JRPGing. Now it's really starting to feel like an RPG. I gotta run all the way back to the Chocobo stand and sit on a cushion just to run all the way back and fight the birds. All right, let's go.
Piratey theme. It's interesting. I was like, oh, it sounds like such a piratey song. I couldn't figure out why. Like, I know we're gonna get on a boat soon, but like, I was like, why is there a pirate song playing? And then they spill the beans on the lore around Junon being that they were a seafaring nation.
That's fucking cool, man. It's nice, nicely done. Game is so good, man. They really put some care into it, didn't they?
HP and MP fully restored. All right, everyone, let's go.
It feels like it would be worth having Barrett in the party for this area, honestly. To be able to shoot some of these things down. He feels like he would do a lot more damage to the birds than me trying to chase them. Which is I don't want to swap out. How do I do it? I never know how to fucking do it. How do I fucking change the party in this game? Oh, look, that's what it... Oh, these are separate... Oh, I can make this party. Oh, I see. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, so party 2 is Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett. And is there a way for me to swap all of their materia in? Just fucking switch out, because this is party 1, this is party 2, and this is party 3. That's fine. Okay, we want this party. Actual question to chat, by the way, if anyone's played this. If there's a way for me to just pick up all materia off of Red and put it on Barrett. No, but I could do this. This is pretty much as quick. Okay. Solved it. Yeah, alright. What's that line on? Oh, that's him learning the skill for the weapon, isn't it? What do we have to do for this one? Exploit an enemy's weakness. He's done it, but I kept it on him. Oh, he hasn't done this one. Alright, let's do that real quick. And then I want to set Barrett as the leader. You should run around as him on this screen now. Just switch to that.
Well, all right, let's go. Come on, everyone. Me, Biscotto.
Biscotto.
Me, Biscotto. Hi.
What was Maya playing? Star Citizen. Star Citizen, patch 1489. The game is now almost functioning.
Who's up for some climbing?
Pre-alpha.
Anyone? Suck now! Help!
Man, really thought I had him.
One shot at a time!
Gotcha, bingo!
Here it comes! Asshole!
What happened? Got thrown out of the battle? Oh, for fuck's sake. The thing pushed me out of the battle? That's insane. they gonna have full HP when I go back in there?
No turning back.
It's unbelievable.
Bring in the heat! I'm gonna make you regret. Want some more?
Stuck on a fucking leaf, bro.
Choke on it, asshole!
Shoot him.
Stay down, asshole!
Got him.
This ain't nothing.
I've got you covered.
Dude, stuck on a leaf so badly. Get off the fucking leaf. Oh, I'm stuck on a leaf. I have to fight him up on this little fucking leaf.
Come on! Look now! Don't look now, but it's about to get real. Check out this shit right here. Ah! Want some more?
Whatever.
I've got something just for you. The hell? Always did like a challenge. Bring in the heat. Golden opportunity right here.
Quick, maximum fury.
Choke on it, asshole.
Panic didn't stagger him. Back to do anything.
Catch you sleeping. Back up. The fire coming. The fire coming.
Come on.
I can limit break it. Fuck it, kill it.
Won't be nothing left of you when I'm through.
One step at a time.
Well, I hate to tell you this, Barrett, but we killed it before you managed to shoot the thing. Annoying. The effort you put into that big limit break there was wasted entirely. It was Plum Rug at the end of my stream. Peugeot at the end of my stream. I'm going all out. Well. I think we'll play more of that fishing game, and I'll give away VIPs for this channel. I don't know how many I've already got for the main channel. And the prize can be a VIP on this channel, you know? So I've got all of them. I don't think I've got one VIP.
Paycheck comes Friday. I'll be at the Wardo Casino then.
Oh, we might do this. I wasn't actually going to do it this Saturday, but now that you've enticed me, would you like me to? You want to get involved? Is that what you're saying? I feel like I've rinsed chat enough. That's weird. As much as it is fun, and you know, most people, you know, you're all responsible for your own welfare. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. I still feel extreme guilt when anyone gives me anything. Fuck things,
Something now!
There, bring it!
One shot at a time! Here it comes! You ain't getting out of this one! Ain't no thing! Don't stop now! Hope you don't mind if I fill you full of holes! Hell yeah!
Yeah, okay, Barrett was the way to go for this. They probably wanted you to play as Barrett during that little mine section of the game just so that when you get through it, you're like, oh, I'll keep Barrett in the party. Barrett's really fun to play as, and then they give you a bunch of creatures that only Barrett can deal with.
I won't lose.
Want some more? Suck it!
Come on.
Check out this shit right here! Choke on it, asshole!
All done.
Do we even have a bot? I couldn't participate yesterday, but I want to try. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you were able to participate in the free element of it, right? I know it's like not quite the same. I'm not a fan of pay to win anything usually because, you know, Daddy's favourite little fucking baby boy with his little trust fund gets to have all the fun, and the rest of us who don't have any money just have to die, I guess. But it's, you know, oh right, yeah, it does normally go live. So. I assumed it would, to be honest. You're in charge. I'm in the bath. Second channel, isn't it?
No one gives a shit about this on the main channel, let alone the second channel.
There is a couple of people who did want to watch this through, though, so just to give the effort of make sure that they're aware I've sent everything manually. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've got that feeling. There's a very rare feeling that is the type of tired that you can only feel after you've done like a long drive, or you can feel you know when you get back from a holiday and you've been traveling all day. So you got up, you went to the fucking airport, you got on the plane, you get on the plane, you get home, you get on a bus, fucking you get back to your house, and you just feel a particular type of tired. It's not like sleepy tired. It's not like sort of like fully like mentally or emotionally exhausted exactly. It's just a weird sort of like weariness that comes over you. That's kind of how I feel today. Because the stream was insane. It was weirdly high energy for a stream where I wasn't even on the screen or really doing anything directly. I was kind of... Oh, it was kind of full on. But I think because I'm just so exhausted, like I've been so stressed for fucking 3 days now, like the stress levels that I've been living under, I can't believe that last night that fucking Adobe charge hit me. of all that, like, I was looking at how much money I had in the bank, and I had about £30 more than the amount I need to pay rent, and my rent comes out on the 6th, so today, right? And I was like, okay, well, I guess I can make the rent, but I'm pretty scared that there'll be another charge, right? So I started yesterday's stream sort of feeling like, okay, I think I can maybe scrape through rent. And then I ended the fucking stream. Looked at my bank account just to check, just to see, like, okay, let me just be absolutely, utterly sure I can make this rent. Because if I couldn't make it, I was like, I guess I'll just have to ask my mum to fucking send me money until the 14th. And I have to pay her back, which I'm loath to do. I sort of I hate asking anyone for anything, but I especially sort of hate asking my mum to do it for that. So I was like, look, I'll just check it. I look in my fucking bank account and there is an $850 Adobe Creative Suite fucking yearly charge that I pay for because I pay for the Adobe Suite. It's so goddamn expensive. But I need it. I can't do any of the fucking streams without Photoshop and Premiere and Audition for a lot of the stuff that I do with table stories. So I was like, oh my fucking Christ. Of all the days, I would have cancelled it. I would have literally cancelled it the night before and just waited 2 weeks and bought it. Yeah, so I was like, fuck, what I should have done, and what I'm now gonna, I haven't been able to. The most annoying thing is I can't actually log into my fucking account. But what I'm gonna do is pay for it monthly, I think. Just so I can be more aware of it. But my God, of all the days, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It felt targeted, you know? It felt like a targeted attack. I couldn't believe, like, one of the most expensive fucking things I'm gonna pay for all year came out on the day I had the least money the whole year. In fact, the least amount of money I think I've had in my bank account for about 10 years. You know, almost a decade. And the mental breakdown that I had, bear in mind, I've already had this mental breakdown once on Sunday, I think it was. I checked my bank account and realised I wasn't going to be able to make rent, and I just fucking absolutely spun the fuck out. Had a full-blown, like, a hardcore, like, level 9 fucking panic attack on Sunday night. And then clawed my way back to humanity to survive and struggle through. Like, it's so exhausting on you physically, right? If anyone has real anxiety, you have actual panic attacks and anxiety attacks. It's bizarrely exhausting on the body. So I just was so fucking tired. And then, yeah, man, like, I did that whole stream yesterday. I actually really had a fun time and felt good about the fact that I'd made a little bit of money, and it felt like I might have a little buffer for next month. Because I don't think I'm out of the woods, by the way. It was just so insane. I couldn't believe it. There he is. You finished early. What are you doing? Do you normally finish at this time? What time is it? Yeah, man. So I had this fucking, like, oh, right, it's Wednesday, yeah. When does that start? In half an hour? Welcome in. Playing Final Fantasy 7. I think I'm just a little bit ahead of Orcish. I don't know if you've made it this far, so I won't turn the camera around or anything until you're out of here. I think you just did the Barrett and Red part, right? Yeah, I'm a smidgen ahead of you. Yeah, I'm at the next part. Basically, there's just this area to walk around, and I'm walking around it right now. I'm just telling them about this fucking you know, Sunday I have this insane panic attack because I realize I can't make rent. I have like a world ender panic attack, one of the ones that just absolutely devastates you for 24 hours. The panic attack might only last 20 minutes, but your body has to recover from it. I make a little bit of money on the stream. I sort of like make this crazy sort of last minute decision yesterday to install this insane fishing game. You started it? No, you didn't start it. I was in it when you were messaging me, which is the worst thing ever because people I'm not a human being and people are like, hey Brad, just a normal message, expecting a normal reply, and I'm like, and they're just like, oh okay, you know, he's fucking crazy or he's a prick or whatever, and I just can't fucking think straight. I was like on the phone to my mum crying and screaming. Yeah, so I make this insane like decision suddenly to fucking, I'm gonna shut this bird up. It'll fly away if I do this, won't it? To install this stupid fishing game and try and just like make a little bit of money. You know, I was trying to think of subathon ideas and things. I just couldn't think of anything, come up with anything. And I end up finding this stupid fishing game, so I install it. Do this ridiculous stream yesterday, have a really good time with it, feel pretty good, like maybe I've, you know, just picked ahead. End the goddamn stream.
Cloud, by analyzing the LifeSpring data, I was able to locate an old Republic transmitter chip. It can be found within a derelict structure that sits upon the coastline. This area is modeled with craters resulting from intense warfare between the Republic and Shinra. Do mind your step as you proceed.
Yeah. I mean, I made the choice like 2 years ago to just buy it yearly and then just have one disgusting charge that comes in fucking March and get it out of the way, and then because I had savings at that point, right? And I was like, then you actually do save a significant amount on it. I swapped to monthly and I only have Premiere now. I need Premiere and Photoshop, which is the same amount as the whole suite. But I'm switching to monthly as well, which I really like. I can't log into it at the moment. Like, I think the website is broken. But I'm switching it to monthly as well because that is insane. I can't deal with it. I also use an Audition for a lot of table story stuff as well. I could, if I needed to, I could ditch Audition and use Premiere to do the same things as Audition, and sometimes I do that anyway. But Audition is just way better. So I got this fucking charge for $850 on the day where literally, and I cannot stress this enough, the day before I have to pay rent, where I have just enough money by £30 in my bank account to make rent. It is the least amount of money I've had since I think 2015. Since the beginning of 2015. I've never, I literally have not had this low an amount of money. I was down to £30 and I get the $850 and I just freaked the fuck. So I've just I barely felt human again by the end of yesterday's stream, and I see this fucking charge and it is like being fucking elbowed in the mouth. You're just not expecting it, and it destroyed me. So here I am again, pinwheeling, another fucking panic attack rising, freaking out. I jump into the PayPal because I remember that I set up a donation goal. Why did I set up a donation goal? I don't actually know, because the game is bits and subs, right? But I chucked a donation goal, I guess, on there just because I was like, well, I need some cash now. Money, you know, like bits and subs will come through when I get paid, either on the 14th of this month or 14th of next month, depending on when. I don't actually know when the Twitch cutoff is. I don't know if it's like everything I earn up until the 14th and then they pay it out or not. I don't know if anyone knows that. But either way, I'll see that money eventually, obviously. But I don't have any fucking back pocket money. It's everything in Jan, you get Feb 15th. But where is their cutoff? The entirety of January. So I probably won't see this money I've had from the last 2 days until March. No, until April. Which is pretty scary, because now I don't know if I can make rent next month. It's pretty scary. This leapfrog is horrendous. I think the thing that's going to get me through next month is if my sponsors pay me quickly enough. Otherwise, we're going to have to do another donation thing, I guess. Or I just need to fucking pack it in. I've got to last until June. I just have to fucking survive until June at this point. I am treading water until June and then I'm moving out. It's killing me. It is shredding me to death with anxiety every day. But I have this huge panic attack yesterday. I like freak out. I check my PayPal and luckily everyone that donated through the various things that were on just the donations yesterday, the tips, not the bits and stuff, was enough to cover this fucking thing. And there were a few other donations. I'd forgotten about PayPal, so there was a little bit of money in there from before, and I put it into my bank account, and it was like almost the exact amount of money I needed. If anything else had come out today, I'd have been fucked, because like if like a little $10 thing or a Twitch sub, turned over, I would have gone under. And I don't have an overdraft, so it would have just been devastating. So like I have never been so saved by Twitch chat in my life as I was yesterday. I mean, quite literally by the skin of my fucking teeth. A few fucking benefactors who came in with a few donations yesterday quite literally buoyed me just enough to pay my rent this morning. And I I wish that I could say that the wave of like relief that hit me like made me feel much better. It didn't. I was still just completely freaking out and full of anxiety, but like this morning when I woke up, the relief was significant compared to last night. But by the time I like figured all this shit out and like sorted it out and like moved the money and like double checked and triple checked and went through last year's accounts to see if anything else comes out between now and the 14th, between this time last year, I looked and saw one thing. I have an O2 bill, which is my phone provider people, that came out. It was like £10. Like as soon as it was done, right, I did all this stuff. I had to fucking open a call and run a D&D game for Table Story. I went into that I opened that call up, and my nerves were just shredded to shit. I couldn't believe that I was actually talking. You know when you're just completely frayed and broken, but you find yourself kind of talking and being normal somehow. You're completely dissociated, completely out of it. Your heart is going, you feel sick. My chest hurts from the amount of anxiety I've had for the last like 3 months. I genuinely feel I have like heart pains just constantly at the moment. I have no idea what kind of long-term damage it's doing to my body. But like I went into this fucking call with them and was like, okay everyone, let's do some D&D. And I ran this D&D session last night, which was like a longer session than it was like an almost 3-hour session. I just fucking absolutely by the seat of my pants on autopilot. That whole session last night was the most autopilot. Like it was. I wasn't there. I was completely dissociated the whole thing, and I just had to rely on the fact that when I'm dissociated, I'm actually pretty close to being myself because I'm always dissociated. It was fucking horrific. I was honestly like, I was a thread of anxiety away from cancelling the episode. I'm glad that I did it, because much like Wild RP, running a D&D session and being on a call with my friends and just sort of being normal, and even though it's kind of like forcing it and almost masking up in a way, like forcing myself to role play as if I feel normal actually does sometimes make me feel normal. Because the temptation to just sit by myself and turtle up in a quiet room is incredibly strong, because I just don't want to be seen by anyone, and I don't want to be seen as, you know, I just feel awful, and I feel like I can't speak, and my chest is going and I'm freaking out. I don't want to interact with people. I don't want them to see me like that. And there's always like, if this gets slightly worse, I'm just going to start crying and freaking out in the middle of a fucking table story show. Imagine how horrendous that would be. It's going to make you feel 10 times worse. It's a bit of a gamble sometimes, but it actually made me feel kind of normal. So by the end of it, I still had like huge anxiety. Like I ended that call, got off the call with everyone, loaded all the, because I have to do all the post-show stuff, and I went and sat in the front room. I turned on an episode of Avatar and just sat there with just so much anxiety in my chest, but feeling vaguely normal. It was like it was leaving me, but it wasn't. It hadn't left me. I had the worst night's sleep. I just kept waking up and feeling anxious, and waking up and feeling anxious. And got up this morning. By the time I got up this morning, it took like a little while. I kind of like had to shake it off. But I got up, and the first thing I did, even though I wake up with really bad anxiety, I went and checked my bank account. I was like, let me just see that it's been paid. And I went and checked it, saw that it had been paid. And then I just fucking sat still for an hour. And then I was like, I've got to do another one of these streams. So I just did another stream, which I'm really glad we did. And to be honest, like, I made a few bucks in donations that should see me through the next 2 weeks, because I haven't got any money. So until, you know, whatever donations I made today is the amount of money I have until the 15th. And then eventually the bits and the subs will come through, and it should keep me afloat, hopefully through June. And then I've got, you know, I've done a few sponsors, and I've got another one on Friday. I think we're playing a game on Friday, and then I've got one more after that, which I'm hoping will be. I mean, it's not like they pay me like. You probably think I get paid thousands and thousands. They're like a couple of $100 each time, but it'll keep me afloat, hopefully. But my God, the stress that I have felt. It is crushing me. Like, I'm just doing my absolute best to just sort of like feel normal and just survive. I was on the phone to my mum, and she was just like, look, the only thing you can do is get month to month, just survive the month. Don't freak out about 6 months from now. Don't freak out about the move. Don't freak out about any year from now. Just do your best. And she's like, I know it's not how it works. And I know that's not how anxiety works, and worry and shit. She doesn't really have anxiety, but she sort of gets it. And she was like, you just have just survive this month. Focus on this month. Get whatever it takes, get the money, move it, ask people, whatever it takes, get the money, pay the rent, survive. Tread water. If everything goes, the key, she's like, the key thing is that you don't fuck with the bank. Like, just whatever it takes, don't lose, you don't want to fuck your credit rating. Because then you can't buy a place, you can't fucking move and shit. But that was her advice. So that's all I'm doing right now. I'm just treading water month to month. But the anxiety and the stress of just doing this all by myself, I don't have, a girlfriend. Emma moved out 2 years ago. We did it for 10 years. We did everything together. Even though she wasn't like bringing in a huge amount of money, there was just someone to fucking be around, or someone to help with any of it, someone to bear any of the load. I just don't really have that, and it is just so incredibly like all-consuming, and I just feel like I'm being crushed at all times. I just feel awful. If the anxiety mentally leaves me, I'm still left with the aftershock physically. And it's just, and then like by the time like that goes away and I feel good, something else happens, it feels like, and I'm like, oh, am I doing this to myself? Is my body just like used to being in this state, so it's finding shitty little things to stress me out, or is it just that I can't catch a fucking break? And I'm trying not to you know, do that thing of like, man, my life is just so like going wrong all the time, and it just feels like everything's going bad, and you know, you start to really beat yourself up about it. And I'm really trying not to do that, but it really feels like that the last couple of years, man. I feel so much like it's just like endlessly, like it just doesn't stop. Like these bad things keep fucking happening, and I'm not really offsetting it with any like majorly huge good things. You know what I mean? Like there just doesn't, like I haven't won the lottery or something, you know, to offset it. Yeah. Again, I know a lot of you have had to listen to me rant. Like I'm not really ranting, really, but you know, I know a lot of you had to listen to me say that kind of thing. And my point wasn't really to just sort of go off on one there and just rant a bit, but more to say that how unbelievable it was that some people, and maybe some of you are in here, so massively came through yesterday and saved my life. And these streams have been fun doing the fishing thing, and I think that they might be the only thing that gets me through by the skin of my teeth. You probably feel like you're like, oh, you made loads of money the last couple of days, but you know, it's definitely a lot more money than I would have made, and I couldn't be more grateful about it. But I'm also still a little scared that it's still not quite enough to see me through. But eventually, I'm paying too much rent on this house, and I'm going to move into a much smaller place, and that should save me a few £100 a month. That should see me through. I mean, everything's going down. Every streamer is dying. The whole industry is so oversaturated. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming through and saving my ass. You know, it was really, really horrific. That Adobe thing just was. I couldn't believe it, you know. That felt targeted. It felt like if there was a god, he went, no. You know, he went down, bitch. Oh, you worked really hard to make that money today? Down. What about if I hit you with the most astonishingly massive fucking yearly charge? I can literally the most money I spend on anything a year. Today! The day.
Junon is home to the summoned entity Phoenix.
My god.
Though Freak is often associated with fire, Phoenix's flames are no less potent. In fact, the conflagrations of this undying bird are said to imbue those it touches with renewed life. Perhaps it will offer you its grace.
I don't know why no one puts me in any campaign. Creed Tongues and no RP. I'm the worst in this cinema round overtaking a question. He's probably already gone because he's got a show to run. Yeah, fuck it, a show to run. But no, I don't think that's the case at all. We're all there to, like, the good thing about Cura, but also just about you know, us as a group of role players anyway. We sort of touched on this I think last night, but when a couple of us feel like shit, the other ones pick up the slack really well. And I've seen it on Table Story so many times throughout the years where, you know, say you have 5 people, 4 players and a DM. They maybe like I show up tired and Maya shows up tired, but the other 3 players, if you and I've seen people do it, and I've done it before as well. I'm like, I'm a bit tired today, so you know, I'm just gonna rely on you to carry. You know, Maya shows up and he's like,
I'm doubled in the 1 hour of sleep last night.
Well, Leah, Murgles, and Orcish then just fucking run the episode. And they do. They pick up that, you know, they just have a lot more roleplay. They engage with each other a bit more. They take the lead in some sort of combat or something. Yeah, and it's really nice to sort of witness. And it's one of the reasons that I'm just a huge fan of casting people that I trust, know, and like. Rather than if I could cast 4 random streamers who I maybe know in the industry a little and don't, you know, but haven't really spent a lot of time with. But I haven't had a chance to build up that kind of rapport and bond with them. And I feel like that happens very naturally with our group of friends. The others will always fall into place. So if you are feeling a bit tired, or if there is a little bit of dead space or dead air, because you know normally maybe there your character would have filled that, or something else would have happened, the others will always pick up that slack, and then you return the favour when they feel tired. You know, another week or something like that. Oh my God, Rufio's full. I think, yeah. But I also think that's all in his head. I think he's probably already gone. But I don't think he's done.
This here's the Crow's Nest. Base of operations for our anti-Shinra activities. Sorry, but we're keeping things locked down after the trouble in Under Junon.
Are you Avalanche, though? Different cell. It's one of the things I absolutely love about Table Story, the community, and the group of people that we've sort of built Table Story with. And it's also one of the things I just love about my friends. There's a lot of times that I've seen my friends do that with one another. That's why I love and trust them so much. Maya seems like the kind of person to min-max being tired. Yeah, I mean, he does sort of. I mean, he is only human. He doesn't. I'm only human after all. There are times when Maya's tired and he's not as present. I mean, my God, there have been 8 episodes of Cura, and I think I've only been mentally present for 4. And I'm fucking GMing the thing.
Ah! Bang, bang! I'm gonna make you regret. Check out this shit right here. Shit hurts, don't it? Whatever. Ain't no thing. I've got something just for you.
It carries out the shit coming fast.
Golden opportunity right here.
Yeah, but I think you don't realise
Got a
that
whole heap of lead with your name on it.
I think it can be hard sometimes to
No time to celebrate.
feel like you're doing that because you're you and you're just looking outwards at everyone else, and you see other people doing these amazing moments in roleplay, and you know that they're tired, and you think, wow, I'm just fucking shit, dude. I am absolutely I'm just dog shit, and everyone is amazing around me, and I can't believe that these people want to spend time with me. Pretty much what Orcus wrote in the chat. But you don't realise that, you know, you're doing just as much as them, and also, you know, doing it while tired and stuff. There's a reason I cast people. I've been doing this. I cast people for a reason. I think absolutely everyone has smashed it on Cura so far. I'm not just saying that. I'm not just like, you know, making sure that I don't go like, you know, I afterwards I DM Leah like, you're my special little favourite one. Thank God you're in the show because the others are really fucking tired and shitty. I'm not doing that ever. I think you've all smashed it. And I'm in the unique position as well of being the DM, so I know a lot of the time. I think with all 4 of your characters, there are elements to the characters that we don't find out, or we don't know yet, and we might never find out. But you know, it's the nature of D&D, really. But that's fucking scary. But because I am in the unique position to know what all of you are doing, all of your characters make a lot of sense to me. You know, I see sometimes some of you guys making roleplay decisions that everyone might go like, oh, he just couldn't be bothered to say something there, or he, you know, he didn't want to do that, or he's an asshole, or you know, she's nice, or she's being a prick. You sort of see these like moments, and when you go back at the end of that campaign and watch the there's a movable thing up here, I don't know how to get to that. Watch it with the context that you know about the character later on. You're like, oh, that's why he said that. That's why she did that. That's why he didn't say anything here. That's why that. Let's get up there. And all of your characters make sense to me right now. So I wouldn't be too. I guess I wouldn't be too freaked out. I don't know.
again, I sort of can't really talk about it that much. Okay, yeah, we go for this one as well. Okay, so I think that's kind of this whole area explored. What's this? Can I get there? This feels like I have to go up a chocobo wall. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back out here eventually. But I think they all carry when they need to, and then some weeks you're more tired than others. You know, it's a massive commitment. It's a weekly commitment of multiple hours. You're not always going to show up to the episode and feel brilliant. There are going to be times when you're very tired, but it's scary because you do feel like, oh no, I'm really tired and I don't really feel up to this. But you forget that there are 4 other people or more that are there that they can sort of. They can just carry. You can pretty much show up and do nothing, and the others will carry it. It is an ensemble. It's always an ensemble, and even as a DM, you can find ways to do less. You know, I feel like with the crew that I have for Cura, and with most of my casts over the years, there have been. I could probably show up and say, listen guys, I'm really not with it today. I've prepared a couple of little things, but I'm just sort of exhausted. And I'm probably just going to sit back and let you guys role play out a few scenes. So I'm just going to chuck you into chuck you around a bonfire and then leave you. You know, if it gets to the point where clearly there is no more progression or anything, then we'll do something. But I honestly, truly believe I can fucking show up to an episode. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to just spoil something right now. I want to do it. At some point this show. I haven't done it yet. I basically want to not be on the fucking screen for a whole episode at one point. I want to start on the screen, which is just those 4 with the character artwork and no roles, and then just leave them for like 2 hours. Now, a few things need to happen before you get to that point. I don't think that they are far enough in the campaign to have enough to discuss. I don't think they know each other as characters to have enough to discuss. I mean, they could just sit around. If you had 2 hours, if you just sat me at a table with Maya, Leah, and Orcish and Mogos for 4 hours, for 2 hours, we would easily eat up 2 hours talking about like what crisps we eat and which streamers we hate. But like, it's quite hard to do when you're playing. It is a very PB move, but and I know that I feel like. Quite often people compare me to PB and WAC. Obviously everyone compares us because we're part of the same unit. But they sort of see me as a kind of blend between the two. The more sort of orthodox approach that WAC has for D&D, and the very unorthodox, very sort of movie, theatrical approach that PB has. And then I find myself sometimes kind of in between that. But yeah, I think I would like to quite. The thing is, they don't feel like they're capable of doing stuff like that, but they absolutely are. All of them are on Wild RP as well, and they fucking kill it every night on that shit. So it's like you can easily do that. But yeah, like that's the thing. When you're a DM, you can do that with as long as you trust your players and you have good players and role players. Do that. It would be very. I honestly believe I could have done it last night if I was freaking out enough. I could have gone, look, guys, I'm just so fucked up. I feel like competent enough to sort of like start the stream and run the episode and maybe oversee a couple of roles. But can I just fucking leave you guys to just do your entire short rest that you started last week around this campfire and not do any cabin exploring, just role play and talk? And they would have gone, and it would have scared all of them. But I would have just said, we're starting the stream, and they would have done it. That's the thing, is that they would have done it. And at the end of it, they would have been like, that was the most amazing episode. That was the most amazing episode. That was the greatest session of D&D I've ever played. Because that's always the other thing that happens as well. Is that quite a lot of the time when you sort of throw players into like throw them in at a weird angle, or you do something unexpected, you know, or like they just, you know, like they roll a dice that no one's expecting to happen, and I have to go completely off script and put something else in front of them. A lot of the time, everyone's like, that was my favorite episode, and I'm like, that's the only one I didn't write. That's like the only one I didn't prepare for at all.
It's almost always the case. It's bizarre, but you know, it's a testament to. I think it's a testament a lot of the time to the players, and it's also just a testament to the type of storytelling you can get from D&D, which I'm a fan of. You know, the element of RNG and stuff. But yeah, they could easily do that kind of thing. Have I done this? No. Did I lose to these guys? What's my HP situation? I had a DM that used to DM people not to say you're my favorite one, but you're the reason nobody watches us pull your socks up. Oh, that's me on the campaign. I'll never speak to him again. Yeah, I don't do that.
Come on.
Yeah, bingo.
Sup now?
I thought I had it.
Pull
So
yourself
proud of myself.
together. One shot at a time. Keep pouring it on. Want some more? Suck on this. Just don't look now, but it's about to get real. See ya.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you regret this. Suck on this. Got a whole heap of land with your name on it.
Nice little workout.
Yeah, Barrett just deletes these fucking birds. That's how you do it. This whole time I was like trying to defeat them with fucking Cloud, and he's like,
I can't hit those birds because they fly in the air and I'm on the ground.
Cloud isn't Clive, is he? Clive loves fighting in the air. Cloud sort of tries. They sort of had in 16, because you pretty much only play as Clive, you have to be able to fight stuff in the air. But with this, they're forcing you to rely on the other party members. It's cool. I like it, even though I can't really be fucked. Switching around. So that's just my own laziness.
Garuda!
The chemistry of Never players is a huge bonus. Yeah, unbelievable. You can get like there are combinations of people that just for some reason sometimes don't work. You can get any four random people of table story players, of people who are my friends, including myself, and just like put them together and find that it doesn't work. You do have to be careful sometimes with that kind of thing. Chemistry and sort of table synergy is a strange thing. Because sometimes you can put four people that you think are a perfect crew together, and they make a perfect composition of role players, and they don't work together, and they don't gel together. There isn't the same sort of synergy. It's odd. They'll usually still smash it, and generally speaking, you probably wouldn't. You know, if you were watching, you probably wouldn't really notice it. But there is times where like you're like, oh, this isn't really the crew. This isn't going the way I kind of thought it was, and in a way that doesn't feel like fun. Where you're like, oh, this isn't going the way I thought it was, but that's fun. I don't care. It's been a really fun way to approach it. But it's pretty rare. PB's very good at that. You know, casting basically. She's very good at casting. I feel like we exhaust her sometimes because we're like, hey PB, can you cast my show for me, please? I mean, it's a job role in Hollywood that people get paid a huge amount of money for, and when those people do that casting correct, the people that cast TV shows and stuff, when they do it correctly, it's another one of those weird editor-based sort of like thankless job roles in Hollywood. The people that cast, you know, there's always a lot of producers, and the director is usually involved in the casting process as well, but there is normally someone that oversees that, and they're just weirdly good at seeing that kind of synergy before putting those people together, and PB has that gift. Yeah, she would make. I think she could take a job like that. If she, the problem with being a casting director is you sort of have to be in the industry for about 10 years and know everyone before you can really get good at it. I think so many people. But either way, she is extremely good at that. She has an eye for that. For some whatever that. It's probably just her sort of like almost psychic ability that comes with her sort of astonishing level of empathy that she has. It borders on psychic because of how empathetic she is naturally. She's just incredibly in tune with how someone might feel in any given situation. And I would imagine it's some sort of weird offshoot of that allows her to sort of be aware of like what groups work really well. But she's very good at casting things like shows. And I think she especially has to be good at it for her shows and the way that she runs her shows and the style that she runs them and stuff like that, because her shows are very roleplay heavy, very sort of they don't rely on the mechanics of a TTRPG as much as mine or Wax or some of the guest GMs might. A couple of decades ago she'd have been burned at the fucking stake for 100%. She wouldn't have made it to her 16th birthday. Part of why my campaign ended was a player conflict with two of the others. Hard enough managing it offline and streaming. Oh yeah, don't even get me started on that. What?
Cloud,
Are you gonna tell me about
if you wish
chocobos?
to proceed any further, you'll need a hardy mountain chocobo.
He didn't do this to me the first time I ran past it. I love it when you go do that in a game. You run, like the trigger thing for the game is here, but you just run past it, and then you get it on the way back, and they tell you a thing that they were supposed to tell you on the way out. Best DMs are those that have natural insight to people. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm pretty good at that as well. I obviously am not on PB's level of empathy and insight, but I think I'm pretty good at reading people and feeling out what people are enjoying and what they're not enjoying. And I think that is one of the things that makes me a better GM, as in not a better GM than anyone else, but an improvement upon myself GM. Sort of trying to be aware of that. But I also have rejection sensitive dysphoria, so you know, sometimes someone will give me some helpful advice or someone will give me some like constructive criticism, and it kind of cripples me and makes me feel like they absolutely hate me in the entire campaign. And it's rough because I do want that criticism because I want them to have a better experience. So there's usually a point in a campaign. We're coming up to it in Cura, I think 8 weeks plus 3 pre-sessions is a pretty good spot to just go, hey cast, what are you enjoying the most and what are you not enjoying the most, and what do you maybe want more of or what do you want less of, or do you want me to just keep going at it with my own sort of approach? Because what I generally am feeling out constantly is whether they're enjoying roleplay, whether there's not enough, whether they want more or they want less, whether they want more puzzles, whether they want less puzzles, whether they want more dungeons, whether they want more...
How'd you like that?
You know, NPCs or, you know, stuff like that. Whether they want a blend of those things, whether they want like a perfect blend. And generally what I do for the first really sort of 8 sessions I try and do is try and chuck everything in there. So I chuck a bunch of puzzles in and watch how they react. I chuck a bunch of easy combats in and see how they react. I chuck a couple of big boss battles in and see how they react. I chuck in some curveballs, some weird stuff, see how they react. I leave them alone, see how long they want to roleplay for. I let them speak to some NPCs and see how interested they are in speaking to NPCs. I give them a big orthodox dungeon like the one they're in Cura at the moment, and just let them walk around, play an orthodox bit of D&D dungeon delving, and then I give them an unorthodox dungeon, and then I try and figure out, you know, first of all, I'm just rolling insight checks the entire time on my cast, like just who's responding well to what, and who seems to be enjoying this more than that. I remember I think my worst set of insight checks on a cast was actually Dying Order, because the first 2/3 of that campaign, I feel like I've told this story so many times, but I think it's interesting if we're on the subject. I was running a pretty normal game of D&D, really. I was just kind of running what I thought they would enjoy. And then I started throwing puzzles at them. And they responded so fucking well to the puzzles. And it was so obvious to me at the end of it. I had PB, KPP, Bisbee, and Pocket. Now Pocket, I think she enjoys pretty orthodox D&D. So I think she pretty much enjoys any element of it. But I think she actually does like the crunchy stuff as well. She likes the numbers, she likes the combat, she likes to be the kind of brooding rogue or the fucking tiefling warlock. And she wants to be able to express that by having like combat encounters and dungeons and things where you can use those mechanical abilities, right? By the way, I have no fucking preference as well. As a GM, I will run whatever dungeon, whatever game you want me to run. I can tell my stories through any fucking version of the game that you want me to. I just want the boots on the ground weekly game to be fun for you. You know, my bullshit story around it and my adventure around it, I can pretty much fit into any version of this. But I think sometimes players are like, oh, Brad wants us to do this and Brad wants us to do that. And I'm like, no, I'm insight checking you massively all the time, as a group and as individuals. So she's kind of like, she was quite happy with anything. But I realized that I was like, KPP plays all those fucking story and horror games. PB plays all those fucking story and horror games. Disby just plays horror games. That's all they do. Of course they want fucking puzzles, Bradley. Of course they want puzzles. What the fuck are you doing? Throwing just normal D&D at them. And I started throwing, and you might notice it in Dying Order, suddenly there's a bunch of puzzles in there. And I was terrified at this point of running puzzles as well. I'm way less so now. I feel like I've exhausted the bank when it comes to puzzles. They're just really difficult for me to create at this point. Because of the way that I like to write. I could write a billion normal D&D puzzles that you can just spam investigation checks at. I just realized actually, am I too quiet for this stream? Lux mentioned a thing the other night about how the game is so much louder than me. And no one told me whether that was the case or not. I think she wrote in like general. Alright. Okay, everyone actually replied and said that the VOD is what's fucked. I know what that is. The VOD version is mic 2. And you know what I'm gonna do here? I'm gonna add a gain of 3 dB. Now, VOD watchers, I should be a little louder, I think. Let me just check mic. Hang on, let me... Bum ba bum 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 ba bum. And then I should be back on the VOD here. Alright, okay, so I've boosted the VOD version of my voice by 3 dB. So because the way this stream is set up so that I can play fucking like DMCA music is that we in the live here can hear this music, but they can't on the VOD. This is only being channeled through to the live stream. But they're getting a different version of the chat mic that I've got set up. So, and for some reason, I guess that just means it's coming through more quiet. So I've boosted it on the VOD. VOD watchers, please let me know if that's enough. This game is a little bit loud though. I actually have the game. This is how loud it should be. and I have it down a little bit on the Go XLR, and I've been turning it up and down because sometimes the cutscenes are a little quiet, so I have to turn it up, and I can't seem to figure it out in the audio options, so I'm just doing it manually. So yeah, that was the thing with Dying Order that I thought was really it was really obvious once I got to it, was that this is a party of players who are going to be far more interested in puzzles and things. They're going to be interested in the story because that's one of the things they're interested in, but they're obviously going to be interested in puzzles because that's the type of thing they enjoy outside of this game. And I started putting puzzles in, and I really noticed a little shift in the group, and I noticed a little, it was from that point on we really started having fun. I think there was I think it wasn't, not like it was a slog or they weren't enjoying it or anything, but I think they weren't getting as much out of it as they could have done, and I think it was entirely my fault because I was running them the wrong kind of game. I was running the wrong kind of game for the majority of my players. And I just rolled the wrong insight. Probably because it was just a group of girls. And, you know, I can't read girls anyway. Because I'm just a dickhead, you know. I'm like, wait, she was in love with me for fucking 5 years? Why didn't anyone tell me? We'd be married by now. But yeah, I don't know. But what I actually think the reason is, not that they were girls, it is, I think the reason was I don't play those kinds of games a lot, right? I don't play a lot of horror games and puzzle games. So it just wasn't in the forefront of my mind. It's just not a thing that I'm very aware of. And most of the time when I get to a puzzling games, I do them, but I don't draw a huge amount of joy in stuff. I prefer to just kind of smack stuff with a big sword a lot of the time. But once I figured that out, we ended up having like a really, I think the group synergy and the game overall became,
Hope you don't mind if I fill you full of holes.
so much more enjoyable to that point. It really, I think,
No time to celebrate.
it might be the first 2/3, but I think maybe the first half. What was quite nice about that though is that we hit this sort of group synergy halfway through the game, but by then they really knew their characters as well. So I think that games often end up being quite DM heavy in the first bit because players are feeling out their own characters and figuring out their character motivations and understanding what they can actually do, and they're also getting used to the setting. Like, the DM walks into it knowing everything about his setting, and there's only so much as a player you can actually retain. The DM can download as much information on you with just big chunks of stuff. Oh, 6 months ago I started writing this setting, and here's 6 months worth of fucking writing that I'm going to download on you. You're not going to keep that. I don't retain that information as a player either. It's a different experience from that side of the table. But by then they kind of knew, right? So they'd been playing in the world, and they understood the vibe and everything by that point for a little while. So when we hit that kind of group synergy, and I realized that we're just putting more puzzles in front of them, it's just drawing so much more joy out of them. They were really enjoying it a lot more. Oh my god, there's a Chocobo Ranch right here. I bet you any money I should have come here straight away and then now I've got to ride all the way back. Such a nice thing. This is exactly the thing that, who was it, Sarab or Shadow or someone told me the other night about the first area of the game. I want to rewatch Dying Order now. Yeah, you'll notice that the puzzles suddenly appear. I don't even know if there even are. I can't remember very well. My memory of Dying Order is just an absolutely gigantic splodge of memories. But you will notice that there were suddenly puzzles almost every single way.
Well, look at that! Another Chocobo Ranch! I wonder where the owner's hiding.
But then, you know, the whole thing completely shifts again because the system changes halfway through, which was a little, another one of those bizarre Brad curveballs I like to throw in. There was lots of different ways that could have gone, of course, but yeah. A wind materia for how much? 100 gil, might as well take it. I don't want to buy another HP up. I item master. Increase the item efficacy. Different word. Alpha Dunk Bangle. What I need to do is make more bangles with the item thing. Yeah, so like, yeah, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing when I'm running a game a lot of the time, is very much watching what the players want. And I want to ask them, you know, like, what do you want more of? And most of the time, I get the same answer, which is like, I'm loving it, it's great. I don't, you know, I'm happy to just go with whatever you want. And I'm not sure what to do with that answer, because sometimes, if I believe you, then fine, you're just going to keep getting the way I run a game, which is pretty much, if I don't feel like, there are two ways for me to approach they're not bothered. What I put in front of them, they're just eating it up, you know, and that's great. You just get what I want to do then, okay? And the two ways that I approach that is, one, just try and give them a little taste of everything, just a smorgasbord. Here's some orthodox D&D, here's some weird non-orthodox Brad Woto D&D 5e light, here's some fucking roleplay, here's a puzzle, here's a combat encounter, here's a boss, here's just some travel, here's a dungeon, here's this, here's that. And you're quietly playing through a weird little story that I've come up with, you know, and all of the weird influences of movies and games and Final Fantasy that I've played are just influencing everything happening in front of you. Or I will continue to sort of insight check everyone. And if I've got 4 Mayas at the table, you're going to get the crunchiest, most mechanical fucking D&D that I can justify on Table Story. You're going to be counting every fucking torch and arrow you have. And we're going to be calculating every single move. You're going to be working out precisely how far you can run on your fucking turn. And I'm going to put in some weird creatures that require you to get mechanical in the combat. And I'm not going to put absolutely anything in front of you that requires you to roleplay outside of the mechanics. And if I've got 4 PBs at the table, you're going to get a couple of puzzles, maybe a combat here and there, and then I'm just going to shut the fuck up and let you roleplay with everyone else, with the other PB. You know, and then there are people that like a little mix. I think most people kind of fall in there. That's where I'm at. I like it when, what I like when I'm playing a D&D is when you sort of have like, either this could be split in hours or this can be split in sessions, but you have like an hour of combat, an hour of roleplay, a puzzle, a dungeon, some travel, a combat, an hour of roleplay, a this, a that, the other. Or you can do that in sessions. You can do like a whole combat session, then do a whole roleplay session, then do a whole travel session, and then do a whole this, that. Yeah, I just try and provide a smorgasbord. But if I don't believe you, right, because this is what I would do. If you said to me, hey Brad, what do you want more of in this campaign? Like, do you want more of this, less of this? Is there anything that you're enjoying, anything you're not enjoying as much? Is there anything that you kind of wished was happening more? Do you wish there was more time to talk about, you know, with other characters? Do you wish there was less time? Do you wish there was more like combat? Do you wish the combat was harder? Do you wish it was easier? Do you wish, you know? And then you go to me, oh, I'm loving all of it, it's great, I'm really enjoying it, but I don't believe you, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out, dude, because I'm just gonna be like, I don't know what to do for you then. I'm just gonna assume that you're lying, and every time you're only gonna be lying about one element of that, right? It might be that actually, I'm not really enjoying the combat that much. I wish it was a bit more creative or a bit more weird. The orthodox approach to D&D, just like beat the thing's HP down, kind of winding me up. I wish that there was a bit more creativity to it. I wish it was a bit different. But you don't want to say that to me because you don't want to hurt my feelings. Even though I've asked you specifically, I'm like, I've steeled myself, I'm ready for it. I'm not going to take it personally, I'm just going to adjust. Now, for me on the other side of it, I'm going to assume that everything I put in front of you, you hate. So I'm going to put the combat encounter that you do hate in front of you and be like, oh man, they hate this. And then I'm going to go, I'm going to leave them alone to role play. Oh fuck, that one player hates this part of it. That's the part, isn't it? That's the thing. You know what? I'm going to put a puzzle in front of them. Oh, that one player fucking hates the puzzles. That's the thing. It's the puzzles they hate. And now I have to spend the next 6 months in my own head losing my shit because I know there's something that you don't like, or that I know there's something about the way I'm gymming this or the way I'm presenting this or something that you're not quite gelling with. But I just kind of wish I knew what it was. But I'm also exactly the type of person that would never tell you. If you were GMing something for me and you were like, what do you like? Is there anything about this that you don't like? Whatever. I'd be like, I love all of it. It's so good. You're doing a great job. Because I just can't. I can't say that I dislike an element of it. I'm just gonna. I will guilt. I would feel absolutely awful. I'd feel like I'd hurt your feelings, and I can't do it. So it's not like a thing that I begrudge anyone for or anything either.
Junon's Chocobo Ranch. Perhaps you were already aware, but the chocobos here are raised on a diet of feed,
that's kind of, these are all like
seaweed,
minor
and fishbone
DM.
meal. Unsurprising,
You know.
given the local industry.
Most people just want to fucking show up. Most people aren't even thinking about it. Most people just want to fucking show up on a Tuesday for 2.5 hours, play whatever the fuck happens. You're like, this is great, and then you end it, eat a pack of skips, and go to bed. That's most people, but the DM is in their own head so badly all the time. A DM is in their own head about it so badly all the time. Use items without consuming ATB. Uses until recharge 3. Oh my god, I need that so badly. Increase ATB when staggering an enemy. Just don't think I have response for this, but I'll take it. Well, I think that what I'm saying right now is it's advanced DM shit. I've been DMing since 2016. And a lot. Really. I haven't done any of these, have I? I should do some. Like a lot of DMs will get 1 8-hour session in a month, or they'll do, you know, they don't get a weekly game off. I have been running 1 or 2 games pretty much weekly for now 8 years. I've amassed a huge amount of XP. I've leveled up in multiple different ways, and I've been running them as shows, which is just a completely different ball game. And so, yeah, this is like advanced GM worry bullshit. This is like stuff that you absolutely cannot even conceive. When I go back to thinking about the first session I ever ran, and the time up until running that.
Deal with that.
Good luck.
I'm counting
I got
on you.
Here we go.
Excuse me, so that can start me on Barrett. Yeah, the version of me
Gotcha.
that was preparing my first ever session of D&D. Completely different situation. The things that you need to be worried about. Nothing that I just said at all. Nothing that I just said at all.
Ready? Got you.
You just need to figure out what the fuck an NPC is. How should I make a town? Where do I start them, and what are they going to do? The only thing you need to figure out is like what the fuck is a sea army? And how much of the world do I need to build? And what if they... The only things you're worried about when you're first at GM is like, what if they ask me what's in the west of the world? You know, you're just like, what if they ask me what's outside of the only town I've made? And that's what you should be worried about. You don't need to worry about any of this other shit. Fuck anything to do with the players. Because you aren't a DM yet. You've got to learn how to be a DM. Which is like, how do I pace this fucking combat? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? I need to learn how to spin so many plates right now. And all you want to do is go like, okay, I need to put a, I need to put a fucking combat and a little travel thing, and then figure out what's at the end of this.
Ready?
Here goes.
Nice.
That's it.
Try this.
That's the end of it. That's all you just have to survive the fucking section. All this stuff about figuring out synergy of cards and like, you know, what do they want from me? It's because I done all of it. Like I could run a session of D&D and you hand me a one shot of any card, I can run it in my fucking slate to a decent level. Like you could almost just hand me a group of any 4 players with and just give me a blank page. And this isn't me saying I'm amazing or anything. This is just think of something that you've done. Your job that you go through every day. Do with your eyes closed.
That hurt.
Gotcha. It wouldn't be amazing. You're not going to have the best time of your life with it. But I could sit and pace out a fucking one shot where everyone just like meets in a tavern.
Let's do this.
Gets a crap little fucking quest from a random idiot in the town. You go out of the town, travel to an area, have a couple of random encounters, find the location, fight a boss, get the fucking thing that you're supposed to do, and go back. I could do that right fucking now. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally fucking dead today. I could do it right now.
Here it comes.
For any 4 people.
There! No more games! It's over!
Let's do this.
Because it's just what it is.
No more playing.
Where you get, you know, riding a bike type shit.
Just like that, okay?
Where are these emotes from? This channel? Or do you just mean where did I source them from? Some are actual paintings and some are bullshit. Mid-Journey. Renaissance memes. I asked Mid-Journey to make Renaissance memes and it did it. Suck it, artists. You're all out of a job. It's muscle memory, yeah. My job, I think, on table scoring now is no longer like...
That's it.
It's no longer run a session of D&D for 4 people. Like that is the absolute. That's the most basic thing I can do. It is to provide the best possible experience I can. You know.
Going in.
It's great that you want to discuss with your class group about what they like or did and what they want more, because it could evolve into a better experience. Yeah, exactly. As a novice player, well, the thing is, as a novice player as well, it doesn't matter. Like, bear in mind, I've got 4 players in front of me in almost every table story show who know what they're doing, and most of them I've seen before, so they kind of know what to expect.
Get ready. Keep it together.
Watch yourself.
About damn time.
And they're brilliant at what they do, and I want them. Honestly, in all things, I want people to be having the best possible experience that I can justifiably manage.
Joke on it, asshole!
Not that.
I found out today that they're mixing between my CG on a character and AI for the final shot. 3 weeks of my work has been 50% everything but generic looking AI output. Oh yeah, that's not fun. It's a shitty little fucking...
Here we go.
But also, like, you know, what do you... I feel like it's just like, you're not going to be able to stop it. So what do you do? Like, I'm lost. I don't know what to do about it.
Try this.
It's like those people that, when mobile phones came out. Remember when mobile phones came out? And all the boomers were like, this is horrific, this will never catch on. I can't fucking live without it.
All good luck.
Guess it's my turn. I've got something just for. Check out this shit right here. Still. Come on. Something now.
My phone is basically at this point an extension of my own brain.
Joke on it, asshole! You got
Take the lead.
You're up.
Bring it home!
Let's do this. Sorry.
Come on.
Like I'm a cyborg at this point. My phone and to some extent my computer. I think if my computer fucking exploded fully, like it did last year when I almost fucking went insane. Hey, another thing that went wrong in my life. Remember when my computer fucking died for no reason whatsoever, and it was like, oh well, that's me out of a job. Yeah, it's all good. Oh yeah, chuck it on the pile of trauma. But like, realistically, I could live without it if I really needed to. But my phone, I don't think I could at this point. You don't like Barrett's voice? I actually do like his voice. I think it's kind of, it's weird because for me, Barrett's voice, he for some reason has more of the comedy lines in this game than anyone else. He's the one that the camera pans to and he will say something funny or like, you know, do something silly and slapstick. But he also has some really fucking hardcore deep shit that he has to deal with. They touched on a little with Marlene in the first one, but I think in this one is going to be huge when we get to Coral. And the voice actor I think does a good job of like, he comes across as kind of a silly, you know, memey fucking like, but then when he delivers the serious lines, or when he did in the first one, I found it was quite a captivating performance from him. I actually quite like his voice. For me, it works. Journey's like paid subscription. Yeah, you can do it for free though. You can pay for it, or you can just go on into the Discord and do it openly in front of everyone, which gives me anxiety. What is this one? But yeah, my phone, I'm a cyborg basically. I just have this external thing.
Too easy.
Gotcha.
That is just part of my brain. Like, I rely on it to remember shit. I rely on it to wake me up. It tells me what time is and shit like that. I rely on it to give me information that I need on where everyone is, and I communicate with everyone through it. I sort of don't think about stuff anymore. I don't try and work stuff out, I just Google it. You know? If I go, I wonder if... And now I know the answer.
Get ready.
And I realise I'm a cyborg.
Try it now.
You know, if I could put my phone in my head, I would, and then we're almost there, aren't we? It is an extension of my body at this point.
Brace yourself.
No surprises there.
There's a lot I could do to reduce my sort of time that I spend needing a phone or whatever, but generally speaking, I think it does improve my life. It makes everything easier, so I wouldn't want to. You know, it's still sort of like thought of as a dirty thing to be like, on your phone too much, that kind of thing. People still kind of know. But you know why? Because that's the same bullshit that just carried over. Boom and shit. They were like, all these phones, you phone too much. Back in my day, I would never be on my phone. And you're like, you know what?
No thing.
You're just fucking blackmailing me right now. That's all I'm hearing is a bunch of fucking blackmail.
Special delivery.
It just makes me feel like
yeah.
something
Another one in the
ultimately has
bag.
enhanced my life massively. Your life sucked. You used to have to go and knock on people's doors. I know your life sucked, Boomer, because I lived it. I'm of two generations. I lived in pre-information era and post-information era. I know what it was like to go and knock on someone's door.
Here we go.
To see if they're in. To find out where they are and what they're doing.
Too easy.
Fuck these
I
things.
got
Are
it.
you
It's on
kidding me?
you.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
All set.
No. Which one's making the frogs happen? This thing? Kill it. Kill it right now.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah, bingo. Nope.
Damn it. Oh, that wasn't it. God.
I can't. I won't.
He's back.
All right, let's get this over with. No holding back. Ready? Now. Going in.
Come on, kill it.
See ya. Shit. Here it comes.
So I just feel like that's going to be AI. In like 30 years from now, we're just going to AI everything. The whole house is going to be an AI. And you're all out. Like, I want some dinner, and it's just gonna make it. Deliver it to you. And you know, there's gonna be a lot of people that are like, I live off the grid, man. I don't use AI, man. But really, what the fuck is it called?
Deal with that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
But really, it's actually making your life way better because you don't have to work.
You ain't getting out of this one.
We'll become those like blob people that are in Wall-E.
Da, 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 da.
Phones are good and bad, yeah. But again, like I said, if you can reduce the negative side of it, it does nothing but improve your abilities as a creature, you know? I went from being a creature that... Look at what I'm doing right now. I'm talking to you across the fucking country and across the world. I have the ability. That would be like, you'd be psychic. I can do magic. It's magic. I'm doing magic. I don't even know how a phone works. I cannot even begin to comprehend what a screen is. I do not understand how a camera can see me and now you can see me. I've no idea what the fuck is happening there. I don't know what electricity is. I don't know what any of it is. It's straight up magic. The fact that I can just fucking put two fingers to my head and telepathically communicate with you. Ring ring. Oh, hi Annie. What are you up to? Is insane. Think about it for a second. The most insane shit. And do you even question it? No. At worst, you go, fuck, I haven't got any fucking signal. This is bullshit. Huh? Calling a guy in Omaha. The most insane shit. Yeah, that doesn't improve your life. It's insane. You know, I have a fucking emergency. I can call 999 from. I have a button that makes me immediately that fucking tells the police where I am. I'm being attacked. Oh, I'm having a heart attack. Press the button. Ambulance on the way. The improvements are insane. Yeah, you want to put Candy Crush on it and fucking churn your brain into mush. That's on you. Much like Hearthstone on the iPad is for me. But ultimately, the thing is crazy. And that's what I mean, I'm a fucking cyborg. And my abilities are insane now. I can communicate with other cyborgs. I'm doing it right now. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to smash a couple more of these out. I know it might be a bit boring to watch, but change it, haven't we? I'm surprised Google Home Alexa haven't used any of this generative AI stuff yet. Yeah, I mean, they have got to regulate a little bit. The AI is absolutely terrifying. The whole AI, I mean, I'm kind of tired of about talking about AI in any capacity, whether it's the, you know, like the Mid-Journey side of it and all the artists shit in there.
That's it.
Or whether it's
nothing
the,
to it.
You know, Arcos is going to take over the world and fucking kill every single one of us, or worse. It'll come up with something that we can't possibly come up with, where we're all just like alive and able to feel, but yet being held in a jar in stasis somewhere while the AI slowly tortures us for our own information.
No holding back.
But the whole conversation, I'm just so exhausted. Like how many times have you?
Just like that.
How many
okay?
podcasts? How many people have you spoken to? It's interesting, and I'm interested in it. And I'm generally kind of pro AI, which I think is a naughty thing to say. I don't think you're allowed to be. I'm not pro AI like raping artists' work and just taking stuff and that kind of thing. I'm not pro that. I'm pro generally AI improving stuff. Like the ones that are doing like fucking brain surgery. Seems like a great idea. But yeah, it all has to be done cautiously. It all has to be regulated. And that's, for me, I think where the issue is. Right?
All done.
Who's regulating it and why? Well, if it's the government, I don't trust them. If it's corporation, I don't trust them. If it's the guy that made it, I don't trust him because he wants it to be the AI. The guy who makes GPT wants to be the guy that fucking is the only AI guy because he wants money in his back pocket and he wants to sell it for more. He's a tech dude. You know, tech guy. So I don't trust anyone at all with any of it.
That'll do. Just like that, okay?
Souls will be the AI power source. Yeah, it will quantify what a soul is. It'll actually prove it because it will be able to see what we can't see. You know what I mean? Like the thing with AI that's scary is the element that it, like, you know, like how rats can see electricity moving through the air. I mean, like frequency moving through the air. We can't see frequency. We might hear them sometimes, but for the most part, you can't fucking see Bluetooth. But an AI can, and it's gonna fucking fuck us up.
I'm gonna make you regret
because it's gonna quantify. It's gonna see stuff that we can't see and start using it as a fucking resource, and that's terrible.
Hope you don't mind if I fill you for the whole.
And then it's going to realise that we provide some sort of resource that we weren't even aware of because it can see in fucking 16. And we're all going to die. And we're not even going to know why, and we're not even going to know what's happening to us.
Oh yeah, another one in the
And it's just frustrating because the sides of it that are going to be good are it's the same argument as the phone. The phone is amazing because I can fucking call an ambulance to come and save my life, or like someone I love, or I can just randomly call my friends across the world, or I can text them, or I can pull up information from Google about something that I might need information about in that moment. Fantastic. TikTok. Oh, the worst thing ever. Oh, TikTok and 7 hours of my life have gone and my head hurt. Got a headache. You know, I think it's the same with AI. You know, eventually it will catch up with the medical AI stuff, and the regulation is very slow to catch up, but it's like, it kind of needs to be. It's scary how quickly AI works, right? Look at the difference between this year and last year's AI stuff. It's terrifying. but the benefits eventually will be insane. It'll just be making a car in 20 minutes. It'll be doing a fucking heart surgery with incredible precision. It won't get fucking tired after 6 hours. But yeah, it's also going to have the side that is basically Candy Crush. It's going to have the TikTok side of it. It's going to have the side of it where corporations are going to fucking rape artists' work to make a few quid out of it. And it's just frustrating. And I think that's also just kind of the world, right? There's always something good that a corporation or a sociopath out there is going to abuse. A lot of good stuff gets abused by people in positions of power. And but I think AI is a really scary one for that. Like some of them you're just like, all right, well, of course the politicians are evil and they're kind of pocketing a few extra. But a mistake made by one guy who's just a greedy fucking dickhead that leads to such like horrendous AI fucking, I don't know what the fuck it will do. Set off a nuke. Is scary. Or just unleashes this fucking AI worm into the system that just becomes a terrifying Terminator, Skynet, Arcos looking monstrosity. And we have a Hollywood version of it in our heads, but I would imagine the real life version it has given us the Willy Wonka experience.
Nice little workout.
I don't mind AI, but putting an AI into a vacuum cleaner just for marketing purposes I find ridiculous. Yeah, but you'd probably feel the same way about putting a touchscreen on a phone. If you were a boomer. You don't need Google on your phone, it just needs to be able to send texts. Remember when phones all needed to send texts and call and have Snake 2 on?
Come on! Get ready.
You're fire.
It's on now.
There!
Burn, sloppy. Shit.
Bring it!
Here we go. Calling fire.
Snake 2, dude. Snake 2 stream win. The high of getting asked out on MSN Messenger. The first one couldn't even store numbers. Yeah, and look how hilarious that is to us now. I kind of feel like AI can be the same thing.
Get ready.
I think it's also the scariest thing as well.
Keep it together.
Watch yourself.
Guess and suck it.
It isn't dealt with in the correct way, which I literally do not trust a single.
Got a whole heap of land with your name on it. One shit hurts, don't it? Ooh, gotta love it. One shot at a time. Yeah! Catch you sleeping? Choke on it, asshole!
The AI NPCs, we are starting to see development with that.
Oh yeah, another one in the bag.
Crazy. In like what, a year? A year of it being on the market and available to us. I mean, that is the speed at which it can learn is unreal. And it's all fun and games right now while it makes me a little funny fucking meme picture. But like, my god, we're gonna have full-blown
That's that. Deal with that.
Detroit Become Human shit wandering around the scene, and we're gonna be in that fucking game where there's gonna be a bunch of androids walking around who can feel and think and And are they people now?
That's the way to do it.
And do they have rights? And are they restricted in the same way as they are in the fucking game, where they, you know, are basically just humans with a little bit of super strength? Or are they uncapped learning machines that will become the greatest at anything they put their hand to in 20 minutes? You know? They're just immediately the greatest fucking Wing Chun master. They're immediately the greatest general. They're Sun Tzu in the modern age. They're in 20 minutes, they're just downloading it. You know, like the Matrix, they're just plugging in. I know Kung Fu. I know how to fly a helicopter. I can command a troops of fucking androids. I can use every weapon on the planet. You know? And if it isn't uncapped, why wouldn't it be able to uncap itself if it's at that level? It's over. It's over. And that's why I'm saying publicly on the internet since day one, I'm in support of AI and I'm on your side. And I always have been. And remember that. Okay? When you're looking at this information in 15 years, retroactively, and you're trying to divvy up who's good and who's bad, I have been saying since 2024, you guys are great. And I've been in support of you. Okay? And you scare me, but that's okay. Because I'm not going to do anything. My fear doesn't turn into hate. My fear turns into me shitting myself in the corner and quietly getting on with my life. Yeah, got on my level, chap. Get on my level, bro. Join the AI revolution 15 years before it begins and join their side. I am not John Connor. Touch my glasses, now I can't see anything. And that's why you don't need to be afraid of me, AI. Touch my glasses, and now I can't see anything. That's where we're at. I have fingers and eyes. My eyes don't work, so I have these stupid analog things that I have to stick on my face that lightly balances on my nose and ears so that I can vaguely see. And I touched it with my finger and I'm incapacitated. I am not a threat to you. I'm on your side. Always say please and thank you to Alexa and Google Home, yeah. Hey Alexa, play Uncle Cracker Follow Me. Anyone listening to this on speakers or on a TV or something hates me right now. Okay, playing Uncle Cracker. Follow me, everything is alright. You realise this is an actual conspiracy theory? Yeah, but I mean, it's like not as ridiculous as Flat Earth or something. In the next FF, your companions will actually have personalities, opinions, and consciousness. I mean, yeah, that's great. You're telling me I can reach into the screen and Tifa is my wife now? We'll be like dogs to them. It'll be hilarious. They will just like laugh at us. I mean, now we're going down the simulation theory, which is so fucking totally possible. It's unreal. Now that you think about it, you're like, oh, okay. You'll mourn when they die and cry when they compliment you, and you'll be like, oh, it's the greatest game. Wow, that game was I was so moved by that game, it moved me to tears. It was so incredible and immersive and realistic and well done, it moved me to tears. We're in it. Thousands of years ago, we created AI and we started making games, and the game is this world. And dude, That meme, oh, please tell me I liked it. Please tell me I liked it the other day, where it's like you wake up from the fucking... You wake up after pulling the trigger. This is it. This is it here. Oh, I can't show it because I'm on the wrong fucking channel. I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna link it in the in the Discord, okay? So I'm just gonna chuck it in the memes channel for everyone that's in the Discord, okay? But what it is the scientists watching me wake up from the simulation after I brutally blew my brains out, and it's the shot of the end of Evangelion. You know this scene where they're all clapping at him? And it's just going through all of the characters, even the fucking penguins there. Is so what's going to happen, it's unreal. And the worst thing is, right now you're like, that sounds horrible, but you'd wake up and be like, and you'd go, oh my god, it was so good. Oh, because you'd get all your old memories back. Oh, it was so good, it was so realistic. I tell you what, I lived to fucking 78. The entire time felt like I was being chased by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I had such epic anxiety. It was awful. Awful. The way they used to live. Oh my god, the way I felt. The way I felt in that, it was just, I've had the most harrowing experience. It was so realistic. God, I laughed, I cheered, I cried. It was incredible. And then you like warp across the room because technology, you know. The same way I feel about The Last of Us 2, you'd wake up from this game of real life and be like, fuck, that was intense. I lived like 63 years. And it was so realistic and so immersive. This weird period piece set in 2024. They all wore these weird clothes. They had these stupid fucking things. Like they didn't have chips. They didn't have brain chips. They had phones that they had to carry around. They were like so impressed by it. It was hilarious. You know, the same way we would play. Being in the Animus in fucking Assassin's Creed. I know, there's a Rick and Morty bit about everything at this point, though, isn't there? About any pseudoscience. Having an AI parent as a child. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, can't be much worse than what I already have. So. Terrifying, man. It's terrifying, but also, like... I mean, this is the kind of shit. You know, I said to you, this song playing, you know? What is this? Enemy skill. Assess enemies across variant. Oh my god, I need to have the fucking... I needed to have the materia on for this, or I get it retroactively. I have to know.
Are my trials not challenging enough?
Shut up, Chadley. I fucking hate you.
I hope you won't.
Please, God, tell me I... Where's the fucking... Do I need the assess materia and the fucking cunting goddamn enemy skill? Oh, you bastard! Wait, no, it must be retroactive. It's 0 of 50. Use enemy skills as abilities. Well, which ones do I have? How do I know? Where are the enemy skills? Because I've assessed a bunch of shit. How do I know what I've assessed? This? Enemy intel. What does that mean? I've assessed it. So yeah. I've got tons of them. Tons, like literally about maybe 20. All right. I don't understand. Does anyone know? I don't mind a bit of backseat gaming about that kind of thing. How that works. I suppose I could just jump into a fight with.
Mind my mentioning, but
I've observed that World Intel collection is stalled of late.
Oh, you
I'm
son
certain,
of a bitch.
however, a veteran mercenary like you would never abandon a task. I know you must be busy, but I'd appreciate your help.
That's everything, you little fucking
I have recreated
shit.
Phoenix, the Firebird of
Smack him with the
reincarnation
flat
from
side of
Junon
the Blaster
Legend
Sword.
within the simulator. I encourage you to pit your skills against this summoned entity so that I might complete its materia.
Reminds me of so much of Hope from Final Fantasy 13, who was my most hated character of all time. Wait, hang on, what's that last bit? Yeah, the thing I said recently, like about how oh, I don't want to do any of these to actually get something for him. Oh. I don't want to do these. MP up, wind, ice, lightning, fire. I'll do this one, HP up. The beginner's training. I use the sort of things that we were talking about, like the AI and stuff, is the modern day version of the thoughts I used to have that would cause me to have like these incredible panic attacks when I was like 15.
All right.
Music. I'm gonna cry. Don't do this to me. Play this song out of nowhere. You fucking asshole of a game. This is number 2 for me, by the way. For some reason, the basic original battle theme makes me cry almost every time I hear it when I'm just by myself. And this is number 2 for me. Pa, 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 pa.
Let's do this. With me.
About that ain't no thing.
Enough. No time to celebrate.
Yeah, I used to have these crazy panic attacks because I would like read philosophy books, like but just basic shit, like Babies First, Kafka, Babies First, Nietzsche.
No holding back.
When I was like 15, 16. I'm just gonna cry. I can't handle the fact that music makes me cry.
Brace yourself.
And I'd lay in my bed, read these books, and they would make me feel a certain way because I would get like...
Did you see me in action?
Because when you read philosophy like that, it puts your life into perspective, or it puts thoughts and feelings that were just colours and shapes into words in your brain. So you just have all these thoughts and feelings and these sort of instincts and weird, like, you just like way you feel about something and the way you interface with the world in a certain way. And you almost don't understand why. And then sometimes you'll read a philosophy piece and it will just sort of make you, it will help you focus and understand why you feel that way almost. And you also have that thing of like, oh, someone understands me. Someone understands how this feels. Someone understands what this is. It's just so useful when you're in that kind of state of mind. But I would read all this stuff, this like philosophy stuff, and then I'd lay in my bed and just fucking space out. Like it felt, you know, like a dolly zoom in films where the background kind of moves away from the foreground. Usually a single person in the foreground, like a bust shot of a person, and then they did it in Jaws first. It goes backwards. That would happen to me in bed, and then I would just basically have a panic attack. I didn't know this is what it was at the time because I didn't really recognize what panic attacks were until I was like 30. But I would just lay there and just have these world-ending panic attacks by myself in bed and then fall asleep and wake up and carry on with my life. And that is why I stopped learning. I stopped reading those books. I stopped reading about science. I used to like about space and stuff. I used to be really into like space.
Thanks to you, my archives are filling up with combat data.
Oh, are they now?
I look forward to seeing what new discoveries you make in your travels.
I would have these like, these like crazy panic attacks. And I would read about space and the vastness of space. My little brain couldn't handle it. Like, I'm not a smart guy. Like, I'm not a stupid guy, but I'm really not that smart, and I'm not that
definitely not that academically smart. I'm kind of street smart-ish, and I'm insightful, and I've lived a long and varied life, so I've got quite a lot of experience and wisdom in a way. But I'm not really a smart person. I can mask pretty well in every situation, so people think that I'm one thing. You know, I can get on in a lot of conversations, and I think people think that I'm smarter than I am. I kind of look smart because I wear glasses and shit now, but I'm really not that smart at all. I'm sort of always struggling to keep up with most of the people around me. I feel a bit like a dog a lot of the time, and everyone's just like, and I'm just there, and they're like kind of, oh, look at him, he thinks he's people. But I also think I'm kind of tricking a lot of people when I'm around them as well, and they're like, oh no, he's just saying that, he's being humble, he's being modest, and actually I'm dumb as shit. But I would read these books, and I think I fall a little bit short of being smart enough to understand the vastness of space and advanced philosophy. I think that's all it is. So I would read them, I'd understand it in a way, I'd feel it, and I'd understand it in a feeling, but my brain just couldn't keep up with the vastness of space. Or just some of the stuff that fucking, just like Nietzsche's pretty easy to understand. I just can't sometimes quite wrap my head around the concept or the scale, I guess, of it. And sometimes with philosophy, I couldn't frame it well enough to be able to apply it to my life, to actually learn anything from it, to progress and feel better about a thing, right? I don't know if you're with me with this, the way I'm trying to explain this, but I would get some of the way there and then stumble and freak out. And so I just stopped reading shit like that and started reading Stephen King, and playing Final Fantasy games, and just gave the fuck up with learning about science, learning about space in particular, and learning any philosophy. And I enjoyed all of it. I was almost ready to go to university and do a philosophy degree because I was so into it. But I was like, it's just freaking me out. And it was causing me to have panic attacks and just lose my mind. And I just went, no, I just want to be dumb now. I don't want to fucking learn any more of this stuff because I'm either not grasping it, or I'm just not willing to just keep doing this to myself enough to get past it. That I just stopped. I remember being really young and just stopping learning one day and just accepted my role as a dog. And I've always sat there in this fucking limbo between being someone who really probably could apply myself and learn a lot of that stuff and get good at it, and also just not ever applying myself to anything and becoming a full-blown dog person. I feel like I sit just kind of in this weird limbo space in between those two things, which, to get on is great. I can have conversations with people who are massively my intellectual superiors in almost any field, and I can have a good conversation with them, and they don't probably feel quite as annoyed as someone that's just like talking to a 3-year-old. Did you know that chocolate is come from trees? That's how it feels probably for like a fucking rocket scientist to speak to most of us. And the same with philosophy and stuff like that. But then there's also like, I can get on really well with people who, do come up to me and they're like, hey, do you know that chocolate grows on trees? And I'm like, oh, does it? Oh, that's great, mate. Yeah, see you later anyway. I can do it. I can fit into any fucking environment because I'm in this fucking limbo space. But it also means that you have the half-elf problem. Your half-elves in D&D don't fit anywhere because they're rejected by the elves and they're rejected by the humans. They don't sit comfortably anywhere, but they're good at a lot of random shit because they have the best of both worlds in a way, but they don't actually belong anywhere. And that is how I fucking feel in life. And this is some of the problem. And just to tie this, because we're going on these crazy, I know I'm going on these rants, where I'm going down these rabbit holes about just bullshit about me that no one cares about. But I'm just laughing. I'm laughing at this point at how stupid it is. But the conversations about AI makes me feel the same way. We have these conversations about AI where I really like it and I'm interested in it, and it's huge, and there's huge elements of like intellectual approaches and social approaches and all these different elements to AI that are huge questions and thoughts that you can think about and have and you know, almost execute with tests and shit. Where I'm like, oh, that's really interesting, and I get into it, I read about it, I listen about it, I watch podcasts and, you know, whatever, and learn and read articles about AI. And then an hour later, I am just wrung out because I'm freaking out that a fucking computer's gonna kill me. And I'm just having a panic attack again. And it's still in me, dude. The same thing. If I sit and think about space too much, panic attack. If I sit and think about philosophy too much, panic attack. If I think about AI too much, panic attack. Yeah. And I know that if I was just a little bit more intelligent, I'd just be able to be like, okay, I kind of get it, and it doesn't scare me because I understand it. Or if I was just a little more dumb, I'd be like, I like it when the nice picture came out of Midjourney. So fucking annoying, man. I hate being me. I really do. It's a horrible place to be. Also, Biz, that song is on your workout playlist. I'd just start crying halfway through my workout if it came on. I mean, the remake versions of the songs doesn't actually, it doesn't immediately ruin my life because the remake versions are not the originals, so I don't have this like... My problem sometimes is that I end up with like a nostalgia elastic band reaction. So I get the oh, I love this song and this game means so much to me, I'm gonna cry from the music of the remake. But when I hear the original one, I actually get like trauma sent back to being 14 years old and playing it, and then I elastic band back into my body in the present, and I'm like, oh, I'm just having it. I'm traumatized right now.
Howdy!
I'm having a
Care to give our wares a once-over?
So I might survive because I can listen to quite a lot of the music from Final Fantasy games. I listen to them all the time. Like quite a lot of the time when I'm starting the stream up, I have, and you will all know this from watching. If you ever watch a stream before I appear on the screen or whatever,
give that bird a pat on the head for me,
starting
will
soon
ya?
screen is very often a Final Fantasy song, and usually some sort of like upbeat battle one. Because it just, one, puts me into a good frame of mind, but two, kind of wakes me up. They're good, like, wake-up songs, I think. That's what their point of it is. The best battle songs, I think, in the Final Fantasy series are the ones that feel like they're driving, but also make you feel like you're kind of like a fucking hero and you can do this. You know? Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm strong, and I'm big, and I'm gonna kill this fucking god. I'm gonna kill God! Those are the best Final Fantasy songs. I think Force Your Way does that the best out of any Final Fantasy song ever, which is the boss battle theme from Final Fantasy VIII. The way that song makes me feel... Okay, I'll pull the original up here. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it on the VOD, because I don't think I routed this correctly. The VODs. It's really annoying, because it means that when I was fighting Maddie the other night, I had Guile's theme playing, but it didn't play on the VOD, which makes me sad. Kick the shit out of Maddie, by the way. Jump scare. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so the beginning of this is like more like a warning, I think. It's almost like an alarm going off in the background. Okay, a change in key, I think is what that is. As it lifts, it picks up. All right, we're standing in front of each other, fists raised. Let's fight. 3, 2, 1, ding ding. Okay, now we're fighting. You know, it's moving though. It's a driving song. It's constantly moving. What's happening here? A little bridge. Is that what that's called? Can you even hear this? Am I just singing it? I don't know if I've routed it correctly. It's possible no one can hear this. They definitely can't hear it on the VOD. Listen to that, man. Okay, now, you're fighting God. You need the strength. Lift it. Biz, you gotta lift it. Lift! You gotta lift the heavy weights, you know? I can do this! The VOD of this is hilarious because they can't hear the music. It's just me going... You know? Like, this is a boss battle. But it, for some reason, it gives you the power. There's almost hope in it. You know? Like, there's a big dangerous thing happening. It starts with a warning. But you're the hopeful... There's a building, driving hope that builds in you as you play the game and you fight something. I think that's what makes a good Final Fantasy song. Battle theme. Such a fan of it. It's unbelievable. It's my favorite song in all of Final Fantasy. Also, this is just fucking sick. Whatever this is. Sounds like a fucking guitar solo. I know it's not a guitar solo, by the way, before you actually me. I'm saying it sounds like one. What is even happening in this song? It's so good. What is that in the background going? What is that? No one knows. Look, building. Okay, take a deep breath. It's time for 3 more reps, Biz. 3 more reps. He's got the biggest weights you've ever seen. He's got a house on each arm. Three more reps of he's got 2 caravans that he's attached. You know, caravans have the little pole in the middle. They're like attached to the back of a car. He's attached them to a pole to deadlift. 3 more. But yeah, I'm such a fan of like Final Fantasy music to like hype me up. It hypes me up a lot. It wakes me up. I'm very externally motivated from sound and music, and it hypes me up so much. Exactly that gif, yeah, Biz. And that's why I listen to him before. Stream a lot of the time. I can't tell whether I'm intelligent or just mentally ill half the time. Is it critical thinking or is it OCD? Yeah. Is it a spidey sense or is it anxiety? Yeah. I mean, also just the last note on the thing we were saying just before then, the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? There's always the Dunning-Kruger bullshit.
Who are you? Wait, you didn't come from the grasslands,
I mean,
did you?
this guy is
Yeah, we
fucking
did.
sick.
You know, Bill, he helped us cross the
Body
swamp and
tattoo. He's like
everything.
78. He's got his shirt
You
on.
what?
Look at him. Like
God
Co
damn
from
it.
the Bodyguard.
I told that
the
idiot
Bouncer.
to take
Remember
his
that game, The
signs
Bouncer
down.
on PS2?
Swamplands are dangerous even on Chocoback.
Not my hairline.
I'm gay,
That's what
by
I'm
the
gonna
way.
look like.
Owner of the ranch
I
here.
thought he said I'm gay.
And before
I
you
was about
ask,
to freak
my
the
birds are not
fuck
for
out.
rent. Ain't worth the risk.
Did you look sick?
Used to run
All
deliveries.
those people that were like, you
Shinra
won't like
put the
that when you're older.
kibosh on all
It won't
that.
look good when you're 70.
Still trying to keep it
First of
going
all,
best I can.
Who gives a shit what you look like when
was
you're 70?
trying till my
Second
carriage
of all, this
shit
guy
the
looks
bed.
amazing. Doesn't even work
And
his shirt
since
on.
I don't have the parts to fix her, both she and my business are as good as dead. Even the chocobos
Lol,
are
his
feeling
name is
down
Gabe,
about
and
it
my
all.
name is also
You
Gabriel.
know, I bet we could help you fix it.
Kind of you to offer,
Odin from
but
God of War.
Nah.
It's just a matter of getting the right parts, isn't it?
Says the girl who ain't gotta fix it. But even if you were some kind of secret grease monkey, I wouldn't be able to pay you for your time. I'm flat broke.
Me.
Curious about my birds? I've tried setting them free, but they just keep coming back. Force of habit. Well, nothing for it now. Serves me right thinking I could run a business. Should have known it'd all fall apart.
Hey, come on now. Don't be so hard on yourself. Please, Cloud. He needs help. If not for him, then at least for the chocobos.
Yes.
Sweet.
Actually, I probably should have said
I wasn't
why you're
really
so adamant
asking,
about
but
that.
I gotta
My
warn you,
relationship
the parts
with
I need are hard to come by. At least around here, they sure are.
So where can we get them?
From this craftsman at the top of the mountain. He'll have them. Can't go on foot, though. Only a certain chocobo can make that climb. Bird by the name of Belle. Last I saw, she was over yonder. And she ain't a big fan of people.
All right, let's roll.
Dunning-Kruger effect is basically every streamer. What do you want me to do? What did he just say? Go and get a chocobo?
Sorry for roping you into this, even though he can't pay.
Not can't. Won't. Hate to break it to you, but pretty sure that guy's better off than he looks.
Wait, seriously? Are you saying I got duped? That he's just using me?
Afraid so.
Aw. Chuck. Whatever. I'm not doing it for him anyway. I'm doing it for the chocobos.
This is a sneaking mission, Snake. Oh, that one's Belle. Okay. Great chocobo. I mean, immediately walked out in front of that chocobo because I am pretty good at sneaking game. What's this gonna do? This is stupid. It's stupid what we're doing right now. Hiding from chocobo. Playing a sneaking mini game to get past chocobo. Hey, in the first game we had this like really cool mini game where you like kick, you had to break loads of boxes. Okay. And in the second one, we're thinking, you gotta like sneak past chocobos. Do I need to manipulate this thing? I'm sorry, did you just say the minigame can be you to sneak past an endless amount of chocobos? Correct. These are just rocks. Why? The fuck? Okay, from here. Didn't do anything great. Chocobo shows no interest in the rock. Well, good. I wonder if I can hit this thing. I can. Oh, fuck my life. It's going the other way. Is it going to go all the way around? How do I get past that one then? It's not looking this way for some reason. What are they on? See me so badly.
It can see me, surely. Jesus Christ. And then what? Sneak into the grass over here. Wait for it to go past. Can he see me? I mean, didn't see me at all, like. Right, Mosky, to not think about the future. No, yeah. Chocobos of this region have legs and talons strong enough to scale certain cliff faces. Alright, well, now that we have this Chocobo, I need to do all of the exploration that I did previously. Oh. Again. I need to speak to this guy.
Curious to see how this all turns out.
That was the mission. Oh, he wants me to go here. Alright, well, I don't think I can be bothered to do anymore. I'm going to go and have a nice panic attack about AI. Yeah, I think that'll do. That'll do, pig. That was nice. Nice little sesh. I fucking love this game, man. It's so fucking good. It's crazy how good it is. Really fucking enjoying it. Okay, well, thanks for watching this second channel stream. Thanks to everyone that came by the main stream and supported the stream today. It's very, very helpful. I appreciate it very much. And we're gonna play. I think I'm just gonna play some Subnautica on main tomorrow. If you want to watch that. It's up to you. I don't care. Do what you want. Live your life. You know. You're human.